This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Totally Dacob. Okay, today we're gonna unbox Masters of the Universe Origins ORKO. This is one of the best renditions of Orko I have seen ever. He really looks like the 80s cartoon Orko, much better than the 80s toy version of Orko, which wasn't very cartoon accurate. This is much more an 80s Orko, like we love it. Plus Mattel went back to do the proper glitter, finally, in the little, I want to call it his little fart cloud, which we're going to see together. So I'm going to open him, and while I'm opening it, this video is also, while we're opening, we're going to be chatting about Masters of the Universe Revelation, not Revelations. Revelations or Revelation, it doesn't matter. The only revelation I had was, But subscribe to my channel here on YouTube while you're at it. Thumb up this video if you haven't already. And you can also follow me on my main Super Dacob channel, where you could also join and become a member or a patron. You could, Super Dacob all spelled together in Patreon, gain access to extra perks. Thank you to all my to all my members and patrons who have already pledged. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible to also do all my new channels, like this pop culture channel that I initiated, that I'm so passionate about because I love my 80s, 90s toys, my 80s, 90s TV shows and series. I love it all. And this channel allows me to do it all. So, as a kid, unboxing these toys was amazing. Then you get older and like, oh my God, why didn't I, is the hair okay? Why didn't I collect them? They gain in value. And now you just buy something, you never unbox it. But I love the fact that you could just tear into them. I'm done with the whole collecting mint on card. Yeah, sometimes I still do. Guilty as charged, but I love ripping into them. And I know a lot of you who buy these little fellas, you keep them still mint on cards. So here's a video for you where you get to live the pleasure of tearing them apart and open. If you can't do it in the privacy of your home because you keep yours mint on card, I'm gonna open this one. I'm gonna take one for the team and I'm gonna open it. Yes, come on through, Orko. Clamshell, clam happy. Here's a little guy. Here's the little, what I call the fart cloud. Look at the glitter. It's so, it's actually, and then we got also the comic. Just like in the 80s, they come with their little comic. And in the back, we got, I keep these, I don't throw these away. So I have, look at the beautiful artwork in the back. Orko throwing some water on Beastman. We got Man-at-Arms there as well. And then you have his little action feature, which is not an action feature. You could just stick him onto his little fart cloud, or you can move his arms. Yay! Great, Orko, you really do a lot. And then you got other characters there. Many Faces, again, Orko, He-Man, Skeletor, Trapjaw, and Scareglow. You could also check the unboxing of all of these other characters already available now on my channel. All of them. I've unboxed all of them thus far. Super fun. We've also touched base on this particular comic because, the same wave of characters comes with the same comic book. So, yeah. There you have a little bit of what the comic book has inside and the back. Cross-sell also. So, international... this is an international one I got from Amazon. A little bit busted was the box, so if you're a collector, don't buy from Amazon because they really bust everything. But they also sent me the international version, so there's no text here. All right, now hold on, let me zoom this in. Check out, you gotta see this, you guys, really up close. Look at the glitter inside of this plastic. I love when Mattel puts glitter in the plastic. I'm living for this hue of purple. Oh my God. I'm having two of these and making glasses out of them. Okay. I mean, you can't see nothing through them. Well, through the little hole you might. But to make, Masters of the Universe glasses out of this, yes. Okay, anyway. Blabbering on. So you got to put this little thing in there. Does this have glitter? No. So we stick it in here. and we create, yeah, once it's in, it doesn't go out anymore. It does swivel, but then you put your Orco on top of here so it looks like he's floating and he has his little fart cloud with glitter underneath him. How cute is that? So talking about Kevin Smith and his Masters of the Universe. Now, it's so funny. I've been analyzing it. So I watched season 1 first part, the first 5 episodes, was it, or 6? And yes, of course, huge fan of Masters of the Universe. What can I tell you? In America, people are hating it. The rest of the world, people are kind of loving it. And it's so bizarre because, obviously, spoiler alert, if you still haven't watched on Netflix, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Revelations, or Revelation. I'm about to spoil it for you, but... So tune out now, or forever be doomed in Eternia with me. So, but the thing is this, the people in America wanted He-Man to be, you know, the He-Man, the dude that fights and battles evil, and it's just like, yeah, and Teela has tits, and, you know, Evil Lynn has tits, and He-Man is gonna, you know, save the day. But then, like, other parts of the world, like, the Europeans were like, oh my god, it's amazing because He-Man, you know, it's Teela. It's the chicks that take over, and He-Man is nowhere to be seen. Evil Lynn and Teela kind of take over and become the thing, you know. So, you know, and again, so Europe was more ready for it. America was not ready for it. But Hollywood, you know, in the woke society that Hollywood is, and I'm all for empowering the Czechs. Totally. Woman power. You got to know when to use it, when not to abuse it, because it's become overpowering and overbearing to a point where, oh, okay, well, now James Bond is going to be a woman, right? Batman is going to be a woman. And then there's also this whole representation thing. So, you know, black, white, whatever color you is. And it's all great and fine. But I'm thinking to myself, there's so many wonderful stories out there. News stories that you can give to create this wonderful new universe and be inclusive. Instead of canceling what was already done, redoing it for the sake of inclusivity, but killing off all the whatever it was before. Why? There's so many wonderful writers out there, so many wonderful people with wonderful ideas that have so many stories to tell, and Hollywood doesn't want the new stories. Hollywood wants the old stories redone again, but because political correctness at the time right now demands a certain approach to things, they do it in a certain way. Not because they really believe in it. Oh no, don't get fooled by that. They don't believe in it. They just do it because it's fashionable or because it is the moral code of Hollywood at the moment. They would still sell their soul to the devil for $1. That's how it is. So, you know. Now, having said all that, a wonderful show that shows incredible female empowered characters, Hacks. Hacks has been such a discovery for me. Both female characters, main and supporting, they support each other, both main roles. It's a female-dominated show. For women, by women. It is, oh my god, mind-blowingly beautiful. That's when a good idea. And also, all sorts of body types, inclusivity, age, really, you know, from like super, super young to more advanced in it. I don't want to say old because what is old now? Nothing is. That's when a good idea really works. And when you say, yes, this is how you do it. But turning Batman into a woman... So what are you going to do with Catwoman? You're going to turn Catwoman into a dude? What are you going to do? I don't get it. So, I don't get it. How are we going to do this? Now, in terms of this Hollywood political correctness affecting He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, borderline, it is an interesting topic. The way that they did it worked for me. I gotta be honest, gotta say, I don't mind the fact that, spoiler alert, He-Man dies in the first episode, and you're like, what the F? He-Man just like totally kicked a bucket? like, oh my God, you guys, He-Man is like a goner. And like, who takes over? Well, who takes over? Teela. The most muscly Teela we have ever seen. She has a muscle, like, girl, somebody on steroids much? And Evelyn. Both of them. You almost dare say chicks with dicks. But anyway, it is what it is. Teela takes over, super upset. She leaves Eternia. She's so upset that because after He-Man dies, they reveal that Adam was He-Man. Spoiler alert. And Teela is like, oh my God, I never knew. How come you never told me that Adam is He-Man? And you're like, oh my God. Okay, we're going to play that card. So Kevin Smith gives the woman the power, but he makes her dumb because she didn't realize that Adam was He-Man all this time. So what's it gonna be, Kevin Smith? But okay, but Queen Marlena, the mother of Prince Adam, even though she was never told that Prince Adam is He-Man, she knew. Her husband, King Randor, didn't know. So when Prince Adam dies, well, when He-Man dies, and they tell King Randor that He-Man has died, he's like, oh my God, how am I gonna tell, you know, Prince, but he doesn't say it like that, but it's clear to us through the storytelling that he has no clue that He-Man is his son. And then he's like, oh, and what about Adam? Where's Adam? And then Queen Marlena says, honey, Adam was He-Man. Like, he's your son. How come you didn't notice? I'm his mother and I noticed. So it's not like Kevin Smith portrays all women like, you know, like, oh my God, I didn't know. But Teela was portrayed as, oh my God, Adam was He-Man. Like, totes did not see this coming. So she gets super upset that nobody told her. She leaves Eternia. She's like, I'm done with all of y'all's, with your lion and all that bullshit. And she becomes some sort of Boba Fett. Very Star Wars moment. She's kind of out there. You pay her to do your bidding for you. So she becomes this woman that's kind of meets up with this other chick. And this is where we implement also more inclusivity. The other chick is black. Teela is white. And they meet up, they work together. You almost feel like there's some sort of flirtation going on between the two chicks. Like, you know, they're kind of a little bit into each other. Although we're not sure. But there's that flirtation going on. And then, of course, Evelyn comes by, you know, disguised as an old witch. And she wants to pay Teela to go back to Snake Mountain to fetch something. Anyway, the whole story is about, now we're in modern times where, because He-Man died and Skeletor died too, by the way, they both died at the hands of each other. Because they died and something was destroyed, there's no more magic on Eternia. Magic is gone from Eternia. So everybody's back to just struggling. Everything is dying. Orco is also dying because there's no more. Orco is about magic. He comes from another planet called Trolla. But because he's all about magic, Orco, his magic is dying too because Eternia has no magic left. So we see this poor little fella like withering away more and more. He's just about to die. He-Man is dead. Skeletor is dead. At one point, I think they also killed Stinkor. Like, it's depressing. It's super depressing. Like, your childhood heroes are either dead or dying, or they have swapped roles and they just depicted in a way that you weren't used. So I get it. For kids from back then who are now grown up, to see their beloved characters completely from another point of view, it can be really difficult for a lot of people. I get it. But I was going along with it. I was like, oh, He-Man died. Skeletor died. But all of a sudden we get this new storyline where Teela is looking for these artifacts that Evelyn is paying her to look for. But then Teela finds out that it's Evelyn. She always knew, kind of. Oh, like, oh, yes, you realize that that was Evelyn all along. But you couldn't realize that Prince Adam was He-Man all along. Girl, okay, whatever. Ciao. So anyway, so bottom line, the Sword of Power was split in two halves after He-Man and Skeletor died. The Sword of Power that holds all the energy of Eternia together and the magic, blah, 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 blah. Now, these two parts of the swords are split into different realms. One is in Hell, Eternia Hell, where Scareglow is the devil master, and the other one maybe on Preternia, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. At this point, they figure out that they got to get the swords together to kind of bring back magic to Eternia, and half of the sword is found in hell, and the other half is in heaven. And Preternia is depicted as heaven, which is the past of Eternia. All of the He-Mans from the past, Hero, King Grayskull, the old sorceresses, they're all, when they die, they get, because they were such big heroes on Eternia, they go to Preternia, which is this heaven. For only if you're a superhero, you get to go there. Like, geez, that's super, like, that's not cool that they're like not allowing also normal people that are good people to end up in Preternia. They only allow, like, you know, the ones who were ruling Eternia to end up in heaven. Everybody else is just F-U-C-K-E-D. So anyway, she manages through a gate from hell to go, thanks to Orko, who opens this gate or helps them open the gate. She goes, Teela, with Evelyn, because Teela and Evelyn join up, Evelyn evil, but Teela good, but they're kind of working together. So it's an interesting moment between good and bad. Two women fighting together, three women actually, to get to this point where they want to bring back the two sword bits together to bring back energy and magic to Eternia. Anyway, she ends up in Preternia, where looky, what a cookie, we got He-Man. Or is it Prince Adam at that point? Doesn't matter, it's the same guy. So he's dead, but he's in another place. He's in a parallel universe. Now here's where things become very Twin Peaks for me. Does it ring a bell? Twin Peaks Season 3, The Return. Agent Cooper is dead. Is he though? He's missing. The whole Season 3, spoiler alert, we're trying to get back Cooper. Where is Cooper? Cooper is in another realm. He's in the in the Black Lodge. He's somewhere in the Red Room. He's lost in another realm, just like He-Man is in Preternia. So the whole season is about trying to find out where is he dead, is he not? They think he's dead, but he's there. And they find a way to bring him back from Preternia back to Eternia. Just like Special Agent Dale Cooper finds a way from the Red Room to exit the Red Room and come back to real life. So He-Man decides to leave Preternia. They tell him, if you leave Preternia, you can't come back again, girl, because you had your one chance at being in heaven, and you never will be again if you leave. So he's like, yeah, I want to be with my people. I want to help my people. They're suffering. So he leaves Preternia. He comes back to life. When he comes back to life, so does Skeletor. So at the end of the last episode of this first part of the season, He-Man is back at the end of the season. Just like at the end of Twin Peaks Season 3, Cooper finally comes back. He's finally himself. But what happens at the end of Season 3 of Twin Peaks? The second Cooper came back, we get to spend 5 minutes together with the Cooper that we love. And then David Lynch takes him away from us all over again and sends him off on a mission in another parallel universe where he tries to look for Carrie Page. And he's not himself anymore. Again. And he's gone. Again. We took us 18 episodes to get Cooper back. 5 minutes later, Cooper is dead again. Guess what happens in Masters of the Universe Revelations? He-Man pops out after, he was in Preternia. He comes back to real life. So does Skeletor. 1 second later, Skeletor kills him again. He-Man is dead. 5 seconds after he finally returned, he's dead yet again. Orco died, opening the portal, saving all of them from Scareglow. And that's basically, most of them are dead. Okay, and Skeletor finally gets what he always wanted, which is the Sword of Power. Both halves of the Sword of Power unites them, and for the first time ever, he yields the Sword of Power, which usually He-Man does. Says, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power, and Adam turns into He-Man. But what happens when Skeletor calls upon the power of Grayskull? We've never seen that in the past. Now finally we get to see Skeletor turns into Skelly God. And that's the end of the season, you know, cliffhanger, I guess. Like, what's going to happen out to the world now that Skeletor rules everything. And Magic is back, but all for all the wrong reasons. Evelyn then betrays Tila, and Evelyn says, deuces, I'm going back to Skeletor, bitch. She kind of betrays Tila, so there you go. Now, let's fast forward to people, usually mostly Americans, throwing shit hate at Kevin Smith because he's the runner of the show. And they hate Kevin Smith for having ruined their childhood hero, right? Because they killed off He-Man. Kevin Smith, and I was all like, who cares? Let people be people. They're never going to be happy. I have a problem with you, Mr. Kevin Smith, because you're fake. And you know why you're fake? Because I've seen the interview that you gave. It's on YouTube. You guys, go watch it. Where Kevin is kind of like defending himself, like, you know, people don't know what they're talking to, the fans don't know what they're talking about. He did a great job. He's like literally praising himself. And guess what Mr. Kevin Smith does at one point in this interview, and not by accident was I mentioning Twin Peaks Season 3, The Return by David Lynch this whole time throughout my review of Masters of the Universe Revelations. I was mentioning it for a very specific reason. Why, you might ask? Well, I'm gonna tell you now why. Because Mr. Kevin Smith, in that interview that you gave, you little Oompa Loompa, you mentioned David Lynch. You mentioned Twin Peaks The Return. You use that example as, oh my God, okay, what he said in that interview was, yeah, I don't understand, you know, people are upset about this revival, I mean, the Masters of the Universe Revelations, but it's a great show, but people are so stupid, they don't know what they're saying, you know, it's like, I also don't like every new reiteration of a thing, of a show. For example, I did not like Twin Peaks The Return by David Lynch. I thought it wasn't done well. And at that moment, I paused the video. I'm like, I cannot believe this bitch actually said this. Huh, Kevin Smith. You didn't like Twin Peaks The Return from David Lynch, and yet you copied the storyline one-to-one and transported the storyline that you did not like, okay, because you did not like Twin Peaks The Return, and yet you made He-Man Masters of the Universe Revelations into Twin Peaks Season 3, The Return. Same exact plot line. The audacity. So you think people are so dumb that they won't realize? I mean, a lot of people that love Masters of the Universe maybe never even watched Twin Peaks, so they have no clue what you're talking about. But for somebody like me, who loves Twin Peaks and loves Masters of the Universe, you made a big mistake there, Mr. Rookie. Because Masters of the Universe Revelations is literally Twin Peaks The Return in cartoon form. And you're telling us in your interview that you did not like Twin Peaks The Return. So why the F and F did you copy it and make it your own? Oh my God. So I was on his side up until that moment, up until I realized the fakery. Because at that moment, I was like, oh, I see. You're playing that game. You really think we're dumb, don't you? You got another thing coming. Now, he's receiving huge criticism. Forget about the Oompa Loompa, okay? Kevin Smith aside, because he's totally... I'm done with him. Back to the cartoon. I liked it. Not because I love Twin Peaks, but I liked it. I liked the fact that, you know, in this iteration of Masters of the Universe, we actually get to see how it is when He-Man dies. Now, to kill him twice, well, that's what David Lynch did with Cooper. So, in a way, I've felt that already through Twin Peaks. It hurt me twice to watch it, and it was so painful. I still love the show. To have that done to He-Man, I don't know. You know, we're still going to have the second half of the first season that's going to air sometime in the future, in the near future, hopefully. So I guess he can come back again somehow. I don't know. Orco is dead. Kevin Smith also said, you know, Orco, everybody hated Orco in the 80s. I'm like, speak for yourself. That's not true. Orco was amazing. I always loved Orco. Always loved Orco. Orco is such a gorgeous little fella. He's so full of love for everyone. He tries to do his best. And Kevin Smith has no clue who Orko is. Kevin Smith thought that Orko was just comedic relief in the cartoon. Bitch, listen. Orko was a huge, powerful magician on his planet, Trolla. Unfortunately, Orko, transported onto another planet like Eternia, his magic doesn't work the same anymore. So he has problems adapting to a new energy, to new magic, because what he once could do great on his planet, now he can't on this other planet, because magic is different there. So Kevin Smith didn't even care to really analyze what Orko is all about, so he completely made up a new story for him, making him this weakling that was always kind of pushed around by his family because he never really could do magic. No, boo-boo. He could do magic on Trolla. He just can't do it the right way on Eternia. Still, Orko manages to do good magic in the new cartoon and sacrifices himself for his friends so that they can go to Preternia. But he implied that he killed off a character everybody hated in the 80s. Listen, the only character we're starting to hate is the runner of the show. See Orko and his little farting cloud with glitter? Hold up. It won't focus unless my face is not covered. Okay, let me zoom it in, you guys. How adorable is Orko? How can anybody like Kevin Smith think that Orko was not a beloved character in the 80s? So people are angry at Kevin Smith for the wrong reasons. You know, I'm fine with him killing off He-Man and analyzing a new aspect of it through the eyes of Hollywood of today. But throwing shade at Twin Peaks when you copied it one-to-one in your own little show, that can fly with people who don't know Twin Peaks, but it doesn't fly with people who do know it. Woo, 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 woo. Just saying. So there you go, guys. Let me read your comments. This video is being filmed live, by the way, so I have my wonderful co-chatters here. Debbie says, Kevin Smith? Yes. Kevin Smith, showrunner of Masters of the Universe. Who knows how he got the gig? Maybe his dad owns Netflix, because otherwise, how would you hire somebody like that for a show like this? Candy Fluff says, Dacob seems to like little green critters. I love all little creatures, Candy Fluff. He's not green. Are you colorblind? Girl, he's red. He's red, and he has blue skin. Yeah. Was it the same guy as Silent Bob in those movies? Yes, Debs, yes. Yes, that's him. Parasamaro, and also wearing a face mask? Okay, ahead of times. Right? A face, Orko knew he was the prophet. He's wearing a face mask, keeping it safe. Orko is amazing. Letty says, oh my God, I'm getting such a FOMO feeling right now. I need Orko in my life. Letty, get yourself an Orko. They're super cute. You can get them off Amazon too. Black Noise says, glitter fart clouds. Let's go. I know this is, I know it's not a fart cloud. Okay, I just call it a fart cloud. I'm living for it. And I think Orko is adorable. He's just such an adorable character. Letty says, Orko is the best. We love Orko. Rich Mitch says, great hat. We love the trollin' hat, don't we? Trolla. Yeah, today we got trolls on social media, but this is about Trolla. Where the trolls are born. Kevin Smith low-key thick, says Jizzes. No, he lost a lot of weight. Nowadays, he's like living the healthy life, I guess. I don't know. Candy Fluff says, his outfit is red, and I guess my color balance is off, LOL. Yeah, it's red. It's not green, you guys. It's definitely red. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments. I mean, listen, this topic has been dissected in the cartoon and action figure community to death. I'm a little late to the game with it, but this is my opinion. I haven't heard anybody else talk about this Twin Peaks issue, so at least I contribute something new to the conversation for whoever wants to watch this video. But thank you guys so much. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thumb up this video if you enjoyed it. My funny rants. Become a member today and or a patron, Super Dacob all spelled together, or member on my main channel, and get your name listed as the co-producer of the Fashion Bunker, rolling in the credit rolls at the end of every episode of the Totally Dacob show. So there's that. Or get my Super Dacob merch. Or also Totally Dacob merch. We got Chicky and the Hedgehog. That's Chicky, one of my spirit animals. And the Hedgehog is hiding here as well in my 80s Super Dacob glass. Kaleli Rock says, I love hacks, incredible character development and really great writing, incredible storyline. That's when women shine. That's where you like go, oh my God. Wow, what wonderful storytelling, writing, casting. Oh my God, that female cast of characters is just to die for. Teddy Boy says, oh my God, hacks ended watching the whole season in one day. I cannot wait for season 2. Hacks is a wonderful show, so masterfully shot. Beautiful. Andrew, hello, my love. The political correctness and cancel culture is thwarting innovation, new stories, and avant-garde of films and evolution. Totally agree with you. Girl and non-binary cat Black Noise says, girl and non-binary cat person. Yes. I mean, yes. And we've had it already happen with She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, also on Netflix, but it worked for She-Ra. She-Ra was still She-Ra. She was still a girl. They didn't turn She-Ra into a man. She-Ra remained She-Ra. She happened to be lesbian in the new cartoon. She fell in love with the mean girl, Catra. Catra and She-Ra, spoiler alert, get together. Another thing I did already back in 2008. And Maddie Collector completely blocked me off of their website because I posted a Polaroid of Catra kissing Adora. Adora being She-Ra before she turns into She-Ra. They deleted me, banned me from the forums because that content was deemed unacceptable. And then, like, fast forward 10 years later, Mattel makes a cartoon about Adora and Catra being a couple. Defies all reason and purpose. Andrew says, you mean non-binary, non-specie person. Oh my God, you non-species person. Specie. What specie are you? Deb says, can someone come up with an original screenplay? Why does everything have to be remade? Says Debbie. Andrew says, don't assume they are feline. They identify as non-speciest. Teddy Boy says, I did not like the new He-Man. Prefers the original one with cheesy storyline and one-liners. LOL. Tom says, I am literally dying here. The voices, the just slice and dice it all out for the people, right? Andrew says, also, so many movies have become so boring and bleak the comedy aspect because of the poison political correctness and cancel culture. Louis says, I feel like I'm a session of time with my mom. The comment is gone. Oh, the comment is gone? All right, well then. Sorry, the comment just disappeared. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, remember, this has been Totally Dacob. Never give up on love. Bye. Subscribe.